Have you ever noticed a subtle shift in the way the news is delivered? The BBC, long known for its crisp, authoritative English, began to sound different. The change wasn't in the facts, but in the feeling, a gentle warmth in the presenters' voices. Headlines once delivered with stern precision now carried a quiet empathy, as if the anchors were speaking to you, not at you. Sensitive stories were handled with a softer cadence, respecting the gravity without sensationalizing. This wasn't a policy change, but a human touch that crept in, transforming the airwaves. Listeners felt more at ease, sensing a new thread of kindness woven into the daily news. Most never questioned it, attributing the comfort to skilled presenters or good production. But the truth was deeper, rooted thousands of miles away in a culture known for its warmth. The story of this change begins with a single BBC producer's journey to the Philippines. There he discovered a new way of speaking English, one that would quietly ripple across the globe. Jonathan Wells, a veteran BBC producer, was used to the brisk, no-nonsense world of London newsrooms. Arriving in Manila, he expected chaos, but what struck him most was the sound of English spoken there. At his hotel, the concierge greeted him with a gentle, lilting cadence. "Good evening, sir. How may I help you today?" The words were familiar, but the delivery was new, warm, respectful, and genuinely caring. Everywhere he went, from street vendors to taxi drivers, he heard this melodic, inviting English. Questions were softened, requests made with kindness, and every interaction felt harmonious. Jonathan's own speech, honed for efficiency, suddenly felt harsh in comparison. He realized he was not just observing a new culture, but learning a new, more compassionate way to communicate. He had come to make a documentary, but the real story was the transformation beginning within him. The English he heard in Manila was not just a language, but a melody of care, and it was about to change him forever. Jonathan's turning point came in a Manila hospital after a minor health scare. Expecting brisk efficiency, he was met instead by Nurse Lonnie, whose gentle voice radiated empathy. "How are you feeling right now, sir?" she asked, her tone wrapping around his anxiety like a warm blanket. She explained every step softly. "Okay, sir, I will just check your arm now. Please try to relax for me, okay?" Even routine instructions became invitations to cooperate, not commands. Lonnie's English was a masterclass in kindness, softening phrases, simple explanations, and constant reassurance. Her words didn't just inform, they healed. Jonathan realized this was more than an accent. It was a philosophy of care embedded in language. Warmth and clarity, he saw, were not opposites but allies. In that hospital room, his understanding of communication shifted. He saw that language could be medicine, and he would never speak the same way again. After his recovery, Jonathan couldn't forget Lonnie's voice. He began to soften his own speech, first with his Filipino crew, then in interviews. "Shall we try to get to the location by 7, okay?" he'd say, noticing how trust and collaboration grew. Even guarded officials opened up when he spoke with warmth and patience. The biggest change was internal. Speaking kindly calmed him, made him more present, and transformed his interactions. The language itself became a form of mindfulness. By the time he returned to London, he was changed. He carried with him not just footage, but a new cadence, a way of using English to connect, not just inform. He was ready to bring the gentle music of Manila to the heart of the BBC. And he knew it would make all the difference. The world's most respected broadcaster was about to sound a little more human. Back in London, Jonathan's new way of speaking stood out. Colleagues were puzzled at first. His tone was softer, his suggestions gentler. But soon they noticed his ideas were as strong as ever, just delivered with warmth. The effect was contagious. Junior reporters unconsciously mirrored his style. Meetings became more collaborative. and creativity flourished in the safe space his kindness created. In the recording booth, presenters responded to his gentle direction. "Let's try that line again, but with a little more warmth, as if you're speaking to a friend." The broadcasts felt more authentic, more relatable. No one planned this shift. It spread organically, person to person. Viewers at home felt it too, drawn to the new sense of connection in the news. The kindness that began in a Manila hospital was now echoing through millions of homes. The BBC was, unknowingly, beginning to speak with a Filipino heart, and the world was listening. Years later, Jonathan returned to Manila, not for work, but to reconnect with the source of his transformation. He heard the same warmth everywhere, in greetings, in laughter, in the everyday kindness of strangers. This wasn't just customer service, it was the default mode of communication, rooted in community and respect. He visited the hospital and found Lonnie still radiating calm and care. He told her how her voice had changed him, and in a small way, the BBC. She smiled, surprised. "Sir, we're just speaking normally. We just want to make people feel okay." For Lonnie, kindness wasn't a technique. It was instinct. Language she believed should heal, not hurt. Jonathan realized he hadn't learned an accent, he'd learned a philosophy. The most powerful communication he saw comes from a heart that genuinely wishes others well. And that was the true gift he brought home. Filipino English is more than an accent, it's empathy in action. Rooted in the value of pakikipagkapwa-tao, it softens language and prioritizes care. The gentle inflections and respectful terms are not habits, but expressions of a culture that seeks to heal and connect. From a Manila hospital to the BBC, this kindness has quietly changed the world's airwaves. It proves that empathy is a universal language. Today you might hear it in a BBC report, a gentle tone, a reassuring word. It's a subtle legacy, a thread of care connecting distant cultures. The goal isn't to copy an accent, but to embrace the philosophy language as a tool for connection. When you soften your words to comfort someone, you're speaking a little Filipino English. The kindest words, after all, are the ones most clearly heard.